South Jersey bad boys. Ooh, little mix up this week.
Yep, I was watching the American Award, Country Music, Pop Music
not
Awards.
what it's called.
Well, what the AMAs or something, whatever the
American
fuck that was.
Music Awards for Country Music Awards.
The country music stars did not look like country stars to me. But, no. Had to watch that a little bit. You get in the mood. It's just like got the Chris Brown just flowing through my veins. They were pissed that he won. Did you see that?
Chris Brown won?
Chris Brown.
Is this on, by the way?
Yeah, you're
okay.
on.
Sorry, just double checking.
Yeah, he won for best R&B male artist or something
at
like
the
that.
Country Music Awards.
No, the AMAs, the American Music Awards. The Country Music Awards were the other week, but the American Music Awards were going on as well.
Yeah, I don't know how Chris Brown is still kind of bopping around. Like he's in trouble left and right. With like serious charges. Very serious charges.
Yeah, and that's why they started booing him. And the woman, I think it was Kelly Rowland, whatever. She was in Destiny's Child, I think. Not the famous ones, but she was in there. And she was like defending Chris Brown. She's like, everyone chill out. They were all booing him, and she's like, Chris, you deserve this because you're a great performer. What are you doing?
Yeah, you know who else was? Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's like Michael Jackson, but I mean, he was just touching
Bill
kids.
Cosby.
He didn't
phenomenal performer.
Yeah, she's like, you're a great performer, and you're such a great. She's just looking for any reason possible. It's like,
he beat the pulp out of Rihanna.
Oh yeah, and there's photos up. It's not even up for debate.
That's not up for debate. I mean, he did jail time for it, right?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did some time.
He did some type of time, and
it's like he did do that, and it's like regardless of whatever the reason was, you can't beat the fuck out of a like. I don't know how people just gloss over these things.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
He beat the shit out of her, and then he's had like multiple rape accusations.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus,
that's what is constantly coming out. Is rape accusations on him.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
Just to start the podcast off on a light note.
On a light note, yeah. It's just you see it through.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if we. I'll give it a goog if you want.
Yeah, give it a goog there. See what we can find.
Chris Brown allegations.
We don't want to throw around any slander against Chris Brown.
We don't want this. We don't want Fox News picking this up.
Yeah, we want to get it right.
Yeah,
that's what we do. That's what we're here for. We get our facts straight.
Chris Brown shares alleged messages from rape accuser. Judge drops woman's drugging rape allegations against Chris Brown. Okay, so it looks like that charge was dropped. Brown accused of rape.
Or just settled out of court.
Chris Brown accused of rape in a $20 million lawsuit. I don't know, but it's tough to say. I mean, when you get to a certain level of fame, I do understand that there's a lot of shit that comes out that is just completely untrue. There's another side of me that is where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh yeah,
it's just tough. I mean, when you don't know somebody at all, it's tough to really say.
You can only go on the photos of the black and blue girlfriend that surface online in the face. I mean, it's not a lot of
pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. Or you see it in the movie industry as well with any of the Oscars. Roman Polanski still wins and gets nominated. Harvey Weinstein's companies.
What's his face?
Woody Allen.
Allen.
All these people are like, listen. Imagine if that was happening there. It's like you can boo, but you need to chill out. Because Harvey Weinstein is a great producer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Harvey did a lot for me.
You need to learn to separate the art from the artist.
Oh, so I just looked up the Chris Brown Rihanna charges. March 2009, long time ago. Brown is charged with felony assault after an altercation with then girlfriend Rihanna. The incident leaves her bloody and bruised, and photos of her battered face are leaked to the public. Brown pleads guilty, is sentenced to serve 5 years probation and 1,400 hours. How the fuck do you beat the shit out of a woman and you just get probation? So he probably still got to tour and just basically do what he wants to do and maybe just wear an ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
Which probably turns into a fashion statement.
Yeah, it does. You would be able to bedazzle it or have some type of crazy thing on it.
Still do fucking backflips with it.
For when you go and accept your reward. But like he doesn't even acknowledge most of it. And I think that's what people get pissed off about. Yeah,
well, you know what? There was a documentary on Netflix about like Chris Brown after he did his time for beating up Rihanna. And I did watch it, but it was so long ago. I think he tries to spin it as in like he's learned his lesson.
Huh.
I think because he did plead guilty, so I think he does admit that he did it.
Yeah. He was getting all pissed off online when they canceled his performance. He was supposed to get have a performance at the Music Awards last night.
Really?
And he said that they canceled it for some unknown reason. It's like, gee, I wonder what all the backlash. It's very unknown why he got his performance canceled, because he was doing a dedication to the 40th anniversary of the Thriller music video or something.
He is so fucking talented. I mean, the only the thing about that, like, just again with the hypocrisy, is they still invite him to this thing and give him the award, but then they're like, hey, people are causing a ruckus, so we're going to cancel his performance. It's like, yeah, you guys clearly don't give a fuck unless people start to speak up.
Because multiple people had to approve that. They set a budget for it. They were going to pay him for it, all this stuff. And then people started going back on it. They're like, oh, I guess that, because they're pissed off, we're gonna cancel it.
Yeah, they just don't want to look bad. They would continue on with everything and let him perform if no one gave a fuck. I mean, that's what they always do.
That's what always happens. Yeah, and that's what they exactly would have happened there.
Yeah.
But
God, could he dance?
Yeah, he can fucking dance. He can dance way better than I can. I mean,
that's not setting the bar too high.
No. But speaking of dancing very well, my buddy sent me this video.
Beautiful.
Buddy's wife actually sent me this video.
Ooh, local vid.
Yep, local vid. This video has not surfaced anywhere until now. It has now come to light of what I probably should have received multiple assault charges for this, but I built a reputation for myself at weddings, where at one of Rachel's friends' weddings, I caught the garter belt at it. Because we weren't married at the time. And I didn't know what that meant.
As if that makes it more appropriate.
Yeah. I was just like, I caught this thing, and I'm just like, oh, that was fun. She threw it over her shoulder, and someone caught it. And that's who caught it. We'll take a picture and be done with it, or whatever the fuck. I go and sit back down, and then 2 minutes later, people are like, you got to go up there. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, you got to go put that on that girl's leg. I was like, what? And
like, I was just here to sniff it.
Yeah, I already had eaten half of it. I was dipping it into my coffee. It was like a little tea bag for me. I was like, "What?
Beautiful."
Yeah. I think the couple the wedding we were at
I just wanted a goodie bag to go.
Yeah, and that's all it was. So for me, I was just sniffing it. And they got divorced months later. So the whole thing.
Well, after she got a taste of you putting that belt on, she's like, you know what? My interests lie elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, what do I have to do? They're like, you got to go and put it on. And then I was like, okay. So I thought I was just going to go up and do it. It was just going to be a little thing. They turn down the lights and they turn on that Genuine Pony song or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, am I supposed to strip? Like, what the fuck? So there's a video of me like crawling. I was like, I already drank enough by then. I was crawling across the floor, took my jacket off, undid my tie and wrapped it around this girl's neck, whatever. It was a whole fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
That I just, was riffing on.
Sexy.
Yeah. So then comes around this wedding where I was the best man at it, and they.
So this is a wedding.
This is a separate incident.
This is like
from the wedding,
from your guys.
No.
This isn't like a random internet video.
No, this is me.
Gotcha.
This is me at a wedding that I was a best man at for my buddy from college.
Oh wow! And recently?
This was 2019. End of 2019. So I was the best man, and they throw the garter belt, and they like set it up where everybody backed away so that like I couldn't do anything but catch it. It went right to me. They set it up because they wanted me to do another one of these fucking.
It's like the girls who throw the bouquet to their obviously single friend who they want to have a boyfriend. They're like, we got to get it to our pervert buddy Dan.
Yeah. They're like, we have to get it to the pervert creep over there that basically could be rung up on charges any day now from the past wedding.
Yeah.
So my buddy married a woman. Whoa. From the Netherlands.
Good for him.
So he married a
Netherland.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Where Peter Pan's from. Sorry.
Netherland. They speak Dutch. It's Holland, Netherlands. I can't keep track of all the different titles they give themselves. But he married a beautiful 6'7" Scandinavian broad.
Holy shit.
Her whole family was there, and a lot of them were from the Netherlands. This girl who caught the bouquet was sitting down in the thing, and then I, of course, catch a garter belt. So I like to think that she barely spoke any English. I could be wrong on that. But she was sitting down in the chair and was just all giddy and laughing and had no idea what was coming her way. This drunk Irish dickhead. So just to set this up properly, it's mainly the beginning of this here. That's the glamour of it. I tried to do a little leg kick.
Yikes. Not your specialty.
Not my specialty. Also in rented pants from Men's Warehouse that were a size too small. So here I go, going to do the old leg kick here, and just pay attention to her head where my leg's going around.
Did you kick her in the face?
I fucking clocked her right in the side of the head, and then I put it on backwards.
You didn't even stop and acknowledge that you kicked her in the face?
Yep, I just kicked her right in the face.
Can we get a rewind on that? you cheer after that? Don't say sorry.
And I high-fived him.
Sorry, bitch, but I got a performance to do. Hang on. Let me get a rewind on that. And you did it so slow. Did you hear the people yell in the back?
There was a gasp in the room, like they were shocked and appalled.
Hold on. Continue this.
I'll continue some more.
Put it on backwards. What is her facial reaction going on right now? I can't see.
She's laughing. And I do this.
And you're like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yep. So her face.
She was concussed.
She got a concussion, probably brain damage. She's getting married next year.
I love how you still hit her. Like you did that as slow as possible.
I
saw it coming.
Yeah.
And just connected with her forehead.
Yeah. And it wasn't even really my foot. It was like the heel on the back of dress shoes, just like right in the temple.
Nice wrestling move.
And if you saw, her head like was almost on the floor. And she was laughing. She was laughing throughout the entire thing. And then afterwards, she was like still laughing. But like it was one of those laughs where she's laughing so that she can stop herself from crying.
Like a little kid who doesn't know that they're hurt yet. And
they're
like,
they're just laughing, okay? And you just see a tear coming out.
No, I'm having such a great time. I just got kicked in the face.
And that just shows how unflexible I am, because I couldn't even like quickly.
Yeah, that was not that high.
I couldn't even like quickly swing my leg over. It was like
I want to hear the reaction of the people again.
It was like a wrecking ball. Just like, here we go.
Slow mo, boom.
And then there you go, right there. That's the.
Yeah, it looks like you're just wiping your ass on her head.
Yeah. That's that is what happened there.
Man,
that's a sad state of events. So
keeping it classy.
Yeah, but
bravo.
It worked out for all of us. Not many guys can say they gave girls brain damage, except for Chris Brown. But here we are, and it was a great way to just end a wonderful wedding, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure that they were pretty pumped that they invited you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried. Note to self: do not invite Dan to wedding. Might kick. Bridal party in the face.
And that's the thing. If you're going to do this whole charade where you throw the fucking bouquet and the guy catches the garter belt, next wedding, I don't care. I've been married for a couple of years. Rachel will still let me do it. I'm going to go jump at it like a fucking dolphin at SeaWorld trying to catch an anchovy. I'm going to catch that thing with my teeth and then put it on some unsuspected girl at a wedding. So
kick a lady in the face and do the same thing all over
Exactly. Again. So if I get an invite to your wedding, which is up in the grabs, totally up for grabs.
You're seeing that video? You're definitely invited.
Yeah. To run that one by old Sam there and see what she thinks, and I understand either way.
You're gonna have to submit a tape for us to audition you to see if we can accept you for our wedding, and that would be your tape.
Yeah, I'm gonna create an audition tape for
That'd be fun
garter belt dance. Approval. Yeah, I mean,
like if you want people to be able to go to your wedding, you're like, you have to submit a tape to show us how fun you are.
Yeah,
at like a previous wedding.
Yeah,
like in stand up, it's like you got to send a 5-minute clip.
You got to send a little clip.
Send me a good video of you dancing, kicking somebody in the face, getting drunk, and making out with somebody's aunt. Whatever you gotta give me something to be like, this guy is worth the invite.
Someone's Aunt Donna.
$200 a plate.
Yeah, it is $200 a plate, and honestly, that should be worked into the wedding process. You got to audition to get the invite. You don't just throw out invites. $200 a plate to people.
Guess what, Aunt Ida? You better step your fucking game up if you want to invite. We're not just handing out invites just because you're family.
Just because you're family, especially in your guys' instance. Holy shit!
Yeah, we're really gonna have to,
piss some people off.
Yeah, we're gonna have to audition people. It's gonna be competitive.
It is funny though, where people will get mad if they don't get invited to a wedding, and after the wedding season you had this year,
now I'm like, oh please, you're doing me a favor.
Yeah, do me a favor by not inviting. Like, there's certain weddings that you definitely want to be there, but the other times it's just like if it's like some third cousin that I saw once at my Holy Communion party.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Because then you feel obligated to send a gift too, and you're like, oh, now you're just sending me a bill.
Yeah,
sending me a fucking bill.
Sending me a fucking bill. Dude, our wedding, one of my groomsmen gave me a card. Like, he left it at the front desk of the hotel because he had to leave early in the morning to fly back to where he lived. And he gave me a card, and when we went to go, like, deposit all of our wedding checks, like, after we got back from our honeymoon.
Biggity bounced?
It fucking bounced, nice. Right? And then I contacted the bank. I was like, nah, there must be some. He wouldn't get you. It was in my wedding. They're like, yeah, no, this checking account doesn't exist anymore. I look at the address. It was the address that him and I lived at together in Philly.
Oh my God.
He wrote a bounce check from a non-existent, like an old checkbook from an old account.
So that was a pretty conscious decision.
Yeah. And then how do you like even like bring that up? Like, oh, yeah. Hey, asshole, you gave me $150, but I can't fucking cash it. It's like, I didn't give a shit at that point. I was like, all right.
That's a pretty fucking scumbag move.
Yeah. But that's why I hold on to my checkbooks from previous addresses, because you never know who you want to write a bad check to.
Yeah.
You never know when that could be.
Never know who you want to inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly here. And yeah, let me just keep it rolling here into some more fun news items. Here's a good one that came up recently. A horrified couple discovered a hidden camera pointed at their Airbnb bed, and they're actually dubbing this as a Scare-B&B.
Yikes.
So these two Brazilian girls go and stay at an Airbnb in Rio de Janeiro.
And there's a camera that's looking right at their bed?
Yeah, so essentially this couple...
I bet you so many people do that shit.
They have to, yeah. And it ends up on the dark web somewhere, and then like guys like me buy it and put it on their flash drives.
Yeah, there's that. And I bet you there's just a bunch of nosy people who are like, I'm going to just hide a camera, nobody's going to know, just to make sure that nobody's doing anything, you know, they're not fucking in our bed or something.
Yeah, they better not. We told you we better not take a black light to those sheets and find anything liquidy in there.
Right.
So they had a camera in there, and they hid it behind like a little like closet, like a little like peephole built into a closet with a camera behind it.
How did these broads even find this little thing? They must have been searching for something shady.
Yeah, they had to know. And I mean, just look at these two.
Yeah, they were looking for it.
Yeah, and it's just the guy that probably
a neck
tattoo on there that is something in Spanish. But I mean,
what does that say? Nosy?
Yeah, nosy. Yeah, well, nosy.
I mean,
yeah, look at that nose ring that she's got in there. It's like a fucking bull ring.
Whoa.
But I mean, just an absolute disgusting piece of behavior from this Airbnb owner, mainly because of when he looked at that video, he was probably like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, I never seen lesbians go at it like this. That is a joke. I support all men, women, and whatever you want to do. We support all of the people on the South Jersey Bad Boys podcast.
Oh yeah,
except for white men.
Except for white men, we've said that from the get-go.
God, they suck.
White men and white women, both equally, because we're an equal opportunity podcast here. And I guess, do you think they found it before or after they did anything they weren't supposed to be doing?
I bet you they found it before. That seems like you were like, you know what, let's look around and just make sure there's nothing shady in this Airbnb. Yeah. And they were looking to see if there's cameras. I guess for whatever reason they found something. They said, aha. Money back.
Yeah. If you're going to like try and spy on somebody in an Airbnb, do it right. I mean,
if you're willing to put your house up for Airbnb, you got to just accept the fact that there's some shit's going to go down in your house. Like if you're that worried about it and that you're putting cameras and spying on people, you shouldn't be renting your house out.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could at least just put up some like additional drywall that you could have a hidden door inside of a bathroom so that you could be like right across from the toilet.
That's the ticket.
If I were to do something like this.
Yeah, you haven't put any thought into that.
I haven't at all. No. At most, the easiest way, because cameras are so cheap and easy to get a hold of these days, waterproof ones right in the old toilet bowl. I mean, wherever you want to put it. Not that that's like a hot spot. Ceiling above a bed. I mean, anywhere. You put no thought into these things.
Where was this? Like, that looks microscopic. That looks very tiny. Where did they put this camera?
I think they put it on a little closet somewhere. Yeah, they
like right across from the bed.
Oh, this is where the camera was and where it was facing.
Oh, so it was up high.
It was up high. So it looks like on the top of the closet, and they just saw it. Maybe they saw a little blinking red light.
I wonder if it. Yeah, I wonder if it like kind of follows movement.
Which, if you didn't test the camera out, you deserve all the heat that's coming at. It's unfortunate that these are the ones.
So creepy.
It's unfortunate that these are the ones that blow the whistle on it. Like, it wasn't like it was like a lady that looked like Giselle or something. Like it.
I know. really only sexy people are the ones that get the messages out there, because that's all we pay attention to.
Yeah, because if it was anybody else, we would be like, it's kind of like if you like see a story of like a kid or like a teacher that got arrested for banging a student.
Yeah, if they're ugly, nobody gives a shit.
But you see that, and it's just like you want to question the student, like who's raising you to bang like some 54-year-old broad named Mrs. O'Malley or something?
Yeah,
like, what is?
I'll tell you what, it's a dad of the year.
Yeah. It's just a sad state of affairs.
Father of the year.
Yeah, just despicable type of thing. Have you ever had a bad Airbnb experience? You ever get like into a disgusting place?
I stayed at an Airbnb one time in New York, and it was not clear that it was rented out as somebody's just a room within the apartment. I thought that I was getting like the place because it was advertised as like 2-bedroom, whatever. Yeah. And I get there because the guy had left directions for like, how to get into the apartment building and stuff. First of all, shadier neighborhood than I thought. So I'm already like, oh God, this is not good. And then I get in there and I'm like kind of looking around and I hear somebody in the shower. So I message the guy. I'm like, hey, I just got here. It sounds like somebody's in the other room, like in the shower. I just want them to be aware that I'm here. And he's like, oh yeah, like your room is over here. But it was not advertised that way.
Is this in New York City, not state?
New York City.
Jesus. So,
and I'm like, and it was the guy that was renting out. He was staying there, and luckily he was like a nice enough guy. But I'm like, this is so. So then I had to I just fucking stayed in my room the whole time because I didn't want to talk to him. I hear him like on a business call out there, just on the couch, and I'm like, now I can't watch TV out here. There was no TV in the room, so I'm just sitting in there, and I'm like, this is so fucking awkward. I'm like,
that is.
Imagine if I was a female, dude, how nervous you would feel that there's just some guy out there that could just murder you.
Yeah, don't even mention it. You guys got to share a kitchen or a bathroom or something.
Yeah, you had to share I was like, dude, this fuck.
So now when you get into the kitchen, you're going to have to, it's all pitch black, and you're going to have to open what may, the door handle on the refrigerator may feel like a cold penis. Yeah. Now, just stroke it a little bit and then just go to nothing to be afraid about.
Nothing to be alarmed about.
Yeah, nothing to be alarmed about.
The worst part about it was I was staying up there because I had a show in New York, and like I wasn't.
We're gonna stay at a Motel 6 in Jersey City,
right? And the guy turned out to be like an open micer.
Oh Jesus!
So he's like, "Oh, you're a comedian." And even worse. I'm like, "Oh my God!" No. It was like a hungry open mic comedian who was like, yo, let's connect on Instagram and tell me. No. Well, I think I had to because it's one of those situations you're in person. He's like, yeah, follow me right here. So you do. And then I just fucking unfollowed him later because I'm like, dude, I'll never talk to you again.
How many followers did he have though? 300?
I have no idea. It was nothing to be.
Some fucking loser that has less than 800 followers or something. Get him out.
Get him out of there.
Yeah, get him the fuck out of there. Yeah. So we
got some voicemails.
We got some voicemails that came in.
Thank you guys for calling in. I mean, that's so nice.
It's so nice to hear from the people that tune into this program. They always say really nice things.
It's nice that we're getting, fans that are calling in and stuff.
And this guy is what I would call a fan of the program.
Okay.
A very nice, heartfelt message, especially right before Thanksgiving. I don't think we could ask for anything nicer than this.
Yo, Brendan, this is Mike from high school. Remember I used to fucking beat your ass every day, you fucking stupid retard? Yeah, that was fun. Fucking good luck with you talking into microphones and shit. Dumb fuck.
So I mean...
Oh, let me tell you something. That Mike and I were good buddies in high school. We were really, really... I can't believe he fucking found me, dude. Mike used to shove me in lockers and shit. Fucking gave me a swirly with fucking poop in there one time.
He said, that now, has he changed his ways since high school when people rekindle with each other in this sort of way?
I don't know. The last thing that I heard is he's a fucking dumbass open micer that's from Syracuse, New York, and he has a fucking shitty beard, and he put on a sexy gangster voice in that voicemail to try to intimidate me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Now tell us how we're just running this like Dr. Phil. And tell us how it makes you feel to hear from this, as you call it, a retard from Syracuse, New York? How does it?
That is not what I called it.
I must have.
That was what he called me in the voicemail.
Oh, he called you a retard from South Jersey. Good luck talking into microphones and shit. So, how does it just make you feel to hear from a long distance, out of touch person from your life?
Honestly, it's good to hear from anybody from high school. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's feels fishy. It feels like that man who maybe it's not a man.
Yeah.
Whoever called in with that voicemail, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Mike from high school.
Guess what? A lot's changed since high school, Mike. You don't remember that, do you?
Yeah, you see these?
Fucking dumbass.
You see these things here?
Yeah, lots changed, buddy. Come find me at the open mics.
Back in high school, your forearms were much bigger than your biceps.
You know what they used to call? They used to call Mike in high school Open Mike because that boy was open for business with the fellas.
Open for business with the fellas. He was just giving out HJs in the stalls every single day. Yeah,
it sounds like he put on he put in a little man. He put like a tough guy voice on,
like a real tough guy voice. Like he probably sends voice messages like that to unsuspected women in Instagram DMs all day long.
The guy sounds like he's insecure, if you ask me.
Yeah, very insecure.
And we'd love to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on to come air this thing out. I'll put on a suit.
Get to the bottom of this.
I'll put on a suit and shave my head, and we can just have you guys like rekindle the flame as if it is a Dr. Phil episode. See if do you have any interest in like going out to a sports bar during an Eagles game with this fella? Or
I was a tiny guy in high school.
Yeah,
and sure, some guys shoved me in some lockers. They fucking gave me a swirly.
Yeah.
They outed me on MySpace. But guess what?
Yeah.
That made me who I am today.
It did.
And now, as a successful semi-professional open mic comedian,
Yep.
I'd love to have you on the podcast to air this shit out.
Yeah.
And show you how freaking successful I am in my head.
Yeah. Now he can be the one that's going to be eating the shit out of the toilet bowls.
Yes.
By eating the shit out of the toilet bowls, we mean our penises on these couches.
Yeah. Grow up, Mike. You haven't done shit since high school, pal.
Yeah.
Guess what? Drugs aren't so cool anymore.
Yeah.
And you probably don't have all your teeth.
Yeah, probably doesn't. He probably sits at home and does the marijuana in his mother's basement all day.
Oh my God.
Like a real. Why don't you get some cameras and audio equipment and record a podcast in your wife's basement? How about that? Like, grow up a little bit.
He's probably a white guy that wears a do-rag, if I had to guess.
Yeah, if I could take one guess, he's probably hung around some areas of Philadelphia too long, and it's Ugg season. Do you guys see this?
It's sick. Oh, I'm sorry. It is Ugg
he doesn't. I bet he doesn't wear Uggs during the wintertime.
I would hope not.
Doesn't keep his feetsies cold. You're not an Ugg in the winter kind of guy?
No.
Late fall type of, these, it took for me is to see one Tom Brady commercial, and that's all it took for me to get some Uggs in the wintertime.
You saw Tom Brady and you were like, you know what? That's what men do.
Yep. And when they're not on my feet, they're on my penis. And it keeps everything nice and toasty.
Everything cozy.
Nice and toasty and cozy.
They are size small.
Yeah, they actually are. I've had a girlfriend in high school gave me these things. And,
you still got them?
I still got them. I'm still wearing them, and I'm still reminded of her presence every single day.
And that's what that smell is.
Yeah, that's what that smell is.
You need to toss those puppies out.
Yeah, I thought they just smelled like fish because I took them fishing a few times, but apparently it might be for some
I think that was your high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe I cried on the podcast. That was quite a release.
It's been a long time coming. We've been waiting for it to happen. It gets very emotional. This is like the Steve Wilkos show if Steve Wilkos grew up in South Jersey and drank for many years, every single day for years in a row.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Do we have any other voicemails?
Yeah, unlike other podcasts, we get people that call in with their thoughts. They let us know their thoughts, and then they don't even cover it all in one voicemail. They have to call back and leave a second one because that's just how much people have to air out to us, and it really means a lot. But let's just get into this second one here.
Hey guys, we listen to you all the time, me and my husband. I was just listening to your Gator Don't Play episode. I was going to tell you guys that we enjoy your podcast. I was just going to say maybe if you guys talk about some like paranormal stuff more often. I think you guys did briefly, but that would be super rad. You guys are great.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
A genuine fan. Ooh, still going.
I guess. Bye.
What did she say?
I think it's something about the trucking guy that we're going to get on there. And then she called back a minute later, and she just kept the fun times rolling.
Oh, really?
I left you guys a message, and I feel like I sounded a little nuts. So I'm calling back. I'm calling back because I did mean what I say about more paranormal stuff, but I wanted to also say I do talk shit sometimes on Instagram, saying you guys are gay and stuff, but I don't care if you guys are. I mean, not saying that you are gay, but if you were, even though I know you're not, I'm not against it. I don't want to get hate. I don't want to get hate from anybody. Now I feel insane because now this is completely rambling. So I guess that's it. Have a good one. South Jersey bad boy.
Yeah. Genuine fan. Yeah. Wow. I know exactly who this is. It's the lady that called us gay on Instagram.
Wait, she called us gay on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. She called us gay on Instagram. But it's like we get exactly what you're saying. You're not actually calling us gay. You're fucking around. You're talking some shit. We know that you're not, saying gay, offensively to the gay community.
That's a term of endearment.
Yes. I love that she understands that and knows that she can fuck with us like that, and then left a voicemail to follow up. Oh,
she called right back. She's one of the people that just will call, leave multiple voicemails, call back. Hit
us with the theme song.
Hit us with the theme song. I mean, we're both rock hard right now, so
I am solid.
We're gonna have to stay seated for a little bit longer.
Solid as a rock.
Yeah, like a rock.
Like a rock.
Damn. Who knew that any voicemail would just turn us into a Deptford Dodge Ram dealership like a rock? Yeah.
We have to start a Patreon so that if we have a genuine fan like this, we could do something special for them. Like maybe do have them on and, an episode or something, or just give them a shout out or some kind. I mean, hey, if you leave us a voicemail, we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Or send them a risque photo calendar for the year.
Yeah. We could put that together.
We should do a calendar for every single month throughout the year.
Now, is that gay?
Yeah, because I would hang it up in my cubicle. And then we'd just get it sitting right there. And for the month of March, we'd be down in Vineland. It's
just have suspenders covering our nips.
Yeah, covering our nips on a cold night in Vineland.
I love that she started out love you guys. You guys are great. I did happen to call you guys gay on Instagram. Did not mean it. She said it in the sweetest way.
So the nicest way possible. And then she was like, I didn't want to catch any heat for calling you guys gay. It's I think that would probably win her over with anybody else that ever has known us of this chick's awesome. She called those guys gay.
That's so funny. But you know what? Going back to her original question with the paranormal stuff, have we heard anything back from JC?
JC was sending me too much stuff to read and comprehend at once.
He's a lot.
JC is a great guy. We just fell off in the communication. He hasn't reached out in a while. But
I feel like he's still a little bit nervous about coming on the podcast.
He was. JC was a guy, for anybody who's just tuning in for the first time, he was really interested in talking to us, and met him online as a conspiracy forum, and then he wanted to go down a rabbit hole of paranormal stuff. He told us that there was portals to hell in his closet or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just before I forget, speaking of paranormal stuff, I am, and this is something we could talk about next week. First of all, I'd like to call JC next week. Maybe we could just give him a heads up, hey, we're going to call you if you happen to be available. Let's do it. We can't get into the reasons why you can't, because you talk to him and he'll go down a rabbit hole of talking, for 3 hours. It's dude, we understand, but let's just call you up and see what you say.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that. Also, I am seeing a psychic next week.
You're seeing a psychic for the first time? You're seeing a psychic?
For the first time. So I could talk about that experience next week.
When are you seeing the psychic?
Next Wednesday.
Okay, so
maybe in 2 weeks.
We should call him. Yeah, we should call him 2 weeks after the week after that, and just say that you saw a psychic. And now, we can do that, and we're going to come back to that. And I think JC, just in general, was talking a lot about a lot of different things. He would send me photos and be like, "You can share this with Brendan, but you have to delete it off your phone immediately after looking at it because."
Was it a dick pic?
No, it was pictures of oil spills on the ground, and the picture would be in the daylight, and then he would put a filter on it, and it would look different, obviously. And he'd be like, no, this is how demons get into your phones and do things in your life that they use it as a portal. It was all about portals and demons and stuff that he sees.
See, I would love to just get him on the horn and let him go off on that.
I would love to. Yeah, and then it's just we have to rope him back in. We got to reel him back in and kind of set him right back down the path. There's a couple other people that are on the hook book right now.
Okay.
One guy, he's going to be building his case for us about how Helen Keller was a hoax. Now,
we're still waiting on.
We're waiting on that. That's not paranormal, but
which allegedly, we don't know if Helen Keller was or was not a hoax.
Yeah.
But this guy swears he has some strong evidence.
All we are is that we
hear people out.
We hear people out. We're open to their own interpretations of how life is and what they see and how their feelings are. And that's what we're all about, an open opportunity conspiracy truck driving podcast. We've said this many times, and we're getting fans who are reading off our jingle.
I really would. Let's do something on the paranormal next week.
Yeah.
Like we'll pick a story or an experience that either you or I have, and let's do it.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we'll go we go down the rabbit hole about different stories.
Let's do a spooky segment.
Yeah, we could do a little spooky segment. We can get our open mic slander segment back. We can get the spooky segment. We can write more Dear Abby columns because that bitch never wrote our fucking advice.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. The amount of disrespect we've gotten from that one feller who has a Syracuse area code attached to his phone.
Mike from high school.
Mike from high school that
dickhead.
Relocated to Syracuse. Who purposely relocates from South Jersey to Syracuse? Other than for a prison sentence. It's like, who would do that?
If you're from Syracuse, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
But luckily, thank you, man. I don't even know her name, but thanks for calling in.
Because she gave a little public apology, I won't say her name.
Yeah.
And then, hey, if you want us to, we appreciate you being a fan, and I'll give you a special shout out next week. But thank you for calling in, and for dropping that gay comment, because honestly, it made us laugh.
Yeah, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take that clip and we're gonna send it over to those handsome idioms on the other side of South Jersey here, and be like, hey, remember that theme song that we?
She'll never hear it because she don't listen to that bullshit podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, keep calling in. The phone number for the South Jersey Bad Boy Hotline is 856-617-4626. We have yet to come up with a jingle for that, but I'm thinking one of these days we're going to have to go to Adelphia and Deptford and really hammer it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think our mysterious caller is from? What part of South Jersey do you think she resides in?
That's a good question. If I had to guess...
She didn't have a trashy accent.
Yeah, she sounds very very
Nor.
put together. I would say maybe like a Cherry Hill.
I was gonna say Cherry Hill. I could see Marlton somewhere on the.
Or she could throw us through a whole loop and be from Gloucester.
Well, yeah, she's gonna be from Gloucester City, and she's just calling us in from White Camden. Yeah, that's probably
Whamden.
Whamden is what we like to call it. We should do an episode live from Whamden and see.
That'll be a 2-minute episode before we get scared and fucking run.
Before we get scared from somebody throwing a lip of fucking chewing tobacco in our face from doing a podcast on a sidewalk that had potholes in it. Yeah, I mean, it can happen, but let us know, caller, where you're actually from.
I'm gonna say Glendora.
Ooh, nice little small town Camden County vibe. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go Haddon Heights. Heights.
All right.
Yep. It sounded like that she wanted to get into Haddonfield, but didn't have enough for the down payment.
Yeah.
So she went over to Haddon Heights.
Listen, we've all been there, sisters.
We've all been there, sister.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of our sister fans,
leave some more gay comments. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, it's only we've only been called that since elementary school,
and it just makes us feel closer to the LGBTQ community, and we thrive on being inclusive.
Yeah, exactly, and
we take it as a compliment.
Yeah, at this point, it's a compliment. We've had that thrown our way so many times. How could we possibly be offended by it?
It's the best compliment you can get.
Yeah, exactly. And the amount of times we've been called gay, both of us in middle school. I mean,
thank you. You think I have a great fashion sense and I have my shit together?
Yeah,
exactly. Think I live in a great neighborhood? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was probably the nicest thing that my 8th grade math teacher ever said to me that year. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's what got you into roller skating.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I rollerbladed to school every single morning.
Damn right.
Yep. What can you do? Speaking of our female friends out there, did you see Tampax is blowing up online for this just genius of a tweet out there today? Tampax, Twitter is a basically hellstorm of a social media platform these days, but the brands are still marketing. It's still going good for everybody. They decided to throw this one out there saying, you're in their DMs. We're in them. We are not the same.
I don't understand.
So from Tampax, as they make tampons, they're saying that we're in their DMs, but they're actually in them.
But in what, the females' DMs?
No, like they're inside the females.
Yeah, their leap is, like men are in their DMs, we're in the females.
Yeah, like we're actually, and they don't even say females. They said you're in their. It's a pronoun neutral or a their pronoun. They didn't even say we're in her DMs. We're in their, because it's possible for men to wear.
That's just even like structurally, it's just a bad joke. I'm not even offended by the fact that they're like, hey, we're in somebody's pussy. The fact that we're in their DMs, we're in them. It's like, that's a reach.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't even make sense, really. I mean, I guess it does if you break it down.
But like people were saying how it's like, female empowerment, this, that, and all. I could get it. All right, maybe I'm not the target demo for Tampax, even though we have dipped tampons in vodka and have put them in our asses on.
Yeah, but that was for an experiment.
Yeah, it was just a Saturday night with the boys. That was
a fun bachelor party.
That was just
what guys do.
That's what guys do on bachelor parties. Yeah.
But if they would have said, you're in the ladies' DMs, we're in the ladies, that would be more clear.
Yeah, it would be a little bit more direct.
I guess.
The pronoun neutral thing is
stupid. That's a bad joke.
Yeah, the they're them thing, that thing's fine. The only problem I had, because the way I read it was that
we are not the same.
We are not the same.
Yeah,
because this tweet is probably, we're not the same. I'm not like a pedophile that's thinking about tampons going in the girls on their periods.
What dumbass wrote that tweet? It's like, guys, I got one. It's going to be hilarious.
This is what they're putting out there at 10:45 in the morning on a Monday. Like, it's just, and then there's people in there saying you need to give this social media person a raise. People always swear that it's just a singular $30,000 a year job, as if this wasn't coming from a massive corporation that got approval from multiple levels from a marketing team on this, or an agency. It's just so funny the way people look at, they're like, yeah, give the social media person an extra $5 for writing this pure genius.
What is even the comparison? It's like, I guess they're coming at men in a way of like, you're in their DMs and we're inside of them, we're not the same. It's like, why is Tampax taking a stance against men?
I have no idea. They're going against not even men, just like we're in there. Like any of you messaging them,
it's saying we're not the same. So you're like separating.
Oh yeah.
Like we are not the same. You dumbasses are in their DMs. We're in their pussies doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, we're in there. We're in there soaking up all of that uterine lining. You guys aren't.
Guess what? We're in there sometimes too.
Yeah. Guess what?
I know, fight the patriarchy, but some of us get in there.
Yeah. And
you're married, and I'm engaged. You're not in a while, but no, I'm joking. Woo! It's a joke. It's a comedy podcast.
Oh,
ladies,
ladies,
we have a heavy female listener podcast.
We do.
Heavy female flow on this podcast.
Yeah, we got a heavy flow of females coming in here. And just like some of these tampons, most of them are going to end up in the trash one of these days. And I feel ashamed for doing any toilet flush sound effects on this podcast now, because we know that that's not where these go.
I know, but we might have to on a couple of my statements.
Can we just put out there that, like, we want to see, instead of the messaging in the aisles and grocery stores saying feminine hygiene and feminine toiletry products, let's just call them what they are. Do a little apostrophe pons, Let's just get right to the point. You don't need to hide behind these fancy schmancy words, right?
Wait, apostrophe what?
Pons, just shortened tampons to just some pons.
Oh, okay.
I
never had a problem with the tams.
Oh, like tamps?
Tampons. I mean, like the word itself, it's short. It's fine.
It's just a little too long for me. You got to shorten it. You got to make it sexy.
That's your issue with it?
The apostrophe. Have you ever met a girl that had an apostrophe in her name that wasn't a smoke show? Actually, that's a terrible analogy. I knew multiple Chelsea Lynns that had an apostrophe in there, and they were some of the most repulsive people I've ever come across.
Yeah, I mean, well, personality aside, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, typically they are attractive, I suppose.
I've heard rumors, maybe you can either back this up or refute it, that girls' names that end with the pronunciation of and the word a at the end are nothing but bad news.
I would agree with that.
So you got Jessica, Jenna, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Are there any others? Like, those are the three that come to my mind. Jessica and Jen. I've never met a good Jessica or Jenna. Well, Jessica runs the crick. She's nice. But Priscilla.
That's the thing. I'm not going to say, because there's going to be females out there that I know with that name.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say a specific name, but yeah, generally speaking, I would say that that's spot on.
That is pretty spot on.
There's something about the vibes that, ending in a vowel.
Ending in a vowel that has the pronunciation of Yeah.
I think it's the way that it sounds. Jessica.
Yeah. Or like a lot of girls in South Jersey when they end almost all their words with like a question, but it's like an as well. Give me my phone. I'm gonna go home.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God. That's just like makes me
hell.
Yeah. Oh God. Is that just a South Jersey thing, or broads all over the country do that?
I don't know. We haven't traveled that much. So
yeah, we don't really
say. It's tough to get a pulse.
It's tough to get
we haven't left the Northeast.
Yeah, it's tough to get a pulse on society when you don't leave the greater Philadelphia area more than once a year.
And on women, we don't speak to other women.
Yeah,
really, generally, we're in a basement right now.
Yeah, we're in a basement, and the women are up there, and we only talk to them when they leave a voicemail. We then speak into a microphone and record it, put it out like at the end of the week, and then they listen to it the following week. The communication's a little lapsed here.
Yeah, we got to get more in touch with our feminine side, and that's why I am applying to Tampax.
That's why you're applying. You want to take over their marketing department after this
I
banger?
think that I could tweak this tweet, and I could, guys, if you're listening to this, let me in there on the tweeter. I think I can help you guys out with just better structured jokes.
Yeah.
And let's not separate. What men have never been against Tampax. All right. Why are you starting this war now?
I've never wanted to have any beef with Tampax.
No, the Tampax is supporting beef.
Yeah, they support beef. I was going to say, if I have any problem or any beef with anything, it's usually the beef surrounding the Tampax.
Yikes. It's Taco Tuesday here on the podcast.
Yeah, it's a little Taco Tuesday here, and we brought out the hot sauce for this one.
Yeah, and the beef.
Yeah, and the beef.
Where's the beef?
It
might be a good place to wrap it.
Yeah, this one.
I think we're past 45.
Yeah, we're contractually obligated to hit that 45-minute mark because our investors tell us we have to hit that mark. They say anything less than 45 is trash. Sometimes, like other South Jersey comedy podcasts, you have to extend it twice as long and just for no good reason.
Yeah, just pretentious reasons, I suppose.
It's a holiday week. People are going to be playing. I just really hope that people call in and let us know how we're not the same or paranormal stuff. We'll talk about some paranormal.
Let's do some paranormal next week. We'll collect some stories. Hey, if you have stories yourself, leave a voicemail. We'll discuss those for sure.
Yeah, tell us about it. Any of the crazy ghosts or the time that the Jersey Devil sexually assaulted you in the Pine Barrens. We'll talk about it all the time. We may or may not have mushrooms in this basement to take and talk paranormal stuff. Allegedly, we're not making those claims, but if we did, it would be a great time to swallow a few of those puppies.
That's a good idea.
That's a phrase you and I have never heard before in our lives.
Yeah.
Swallow those puppies. And that's a great place to leave things off here. So,
beautiful.
Yep. Once again, it's the 856-617-4626. We'll see you guys after Thanksgiving.
Peace.